In life, there are times we do things that make sense to us, but they really don't benefit us in the long run. For example, let's say you're on the bus or in the train or some type of public transport, and you have this individual staring at you. Now, maybe the individual isn't even aware that he is staring. Maybe he's just daydreaming and he doesn't even know he's staring at someone. That can be the case. So then you only have to wake someone up saying, and then it will be over. But what if it's a meditated stare at you? That's uncomfortable. Understandable. So it's also understandable that you would confront the individual for their behavior. But experts will tell you, don't confront the individual. Because if the individual is not daydreaming, that means that they have likely bad intentions with you. Because nobody just going to stare intensely at someone else on a public transport that they don't know. And if you know someone, you would address someone. You wouldn't just stare at someone. So it's the best to ignore it and just get off. Because if you confront the individual, it may escalate on the bus and nobody benefits from that. Now, sometimes, again, I repeat, we do things that make sense to us, but when we examine what we're doing, it doesn't benefit us in the long run. Okay? Now, one such things that I'm going to talk about in this video is the following. Confronting someone who doesn't want to become better. Just think about it. If someone has made up their mind that they don't want to face themselves, they just want to escape and be left alone. If someone does not want to embrace the fact that life has challenges and issues that they need to face. Everyone has to face the challenges and the issues that we encounter in life. Everyone. I don't care who you are. I don't care whether you're so-called rich, poor. I don't care what skin color you have. I don't care from which background you come from. Everyone will face issues and challenges in life. Period. So anyone who wants to flee from issues and challenges, they are pathological. They think against reality. They are longing for a fairy tale. Okay? But what if someone insists on the fairy tale existence that doesn't exist? They just made plain that they're not interested in becoming better people. They just want to learn how to flee and escape better. That's the only thing that you will get out of them. Now, if you know that this is the psychology of someone, why would you confront such an individual? Now, the reason you should confront someone is because you want the situation to become better. Either something bad needs to stop or something better should take place. In any case, the situation must become better. That's why you confront someone. But if someone is determined not to face things in life, why would you confront them? By confronting an individual who doesn't want better in life, one of these two things may happen. Either they feel attacked and then they attack you, and that may become physical, and you may end up in a hospital, or you may end up dying, or it may end up one way it turn out ugly, or they will pretend like they understood you, but behind the scenes they will turn on themselves and they will self-harm, either in the form of committing suicide, or if it's not committing suicide, they will mentally decompose and escalate on the environment. So, in any case, no good thing will ever come from confronting someone who insists on a fairy tale existence. Someone that insists on fleeing from challenges and issues in life, you have no business confronting them, because there's no good thing, there's nothing beneficial coming from confronting them. You're only putting yourself and others at risk. That's the only thing you're doing. Yet, a lot of people keep on confronting people that don't want better. Now, it's the right thing to confront them and to address their pathological behavior. Because that pathological behavior should be addressed. But it's better not to do it. Look, someone who wants better, someone who's working on better, him you can confront. Because you know they're already on their way to become better. You're only pushing them in the right direction, or you're only redirecting their path They're already moving forward. You just move them forward. You just push them forward in a different direction that's better. So someone that's already moving forward, you should confront them, because that will benefit them, that will benefit everyone. But someone that insists on the fairy tale existence, namely that they want their quote-unquote personal heaven, where they're never challenged, where they never have to give an account for anything, such people do not confront them. Not only is it a waste of your effort, it's also casting pearls before swine. And no good thing will come from casting pearls before swine. So stop confronting people who don't want better. If they are not even willing to want better for themselves, how do you think that they will be concerned with wanting better for other people? If they don't even think high enough of themselves to want better for themselves, what makes you think that they will be concerned with better for other people? They will not. They will not. So stop confronting people that don't want better. It's something many of us keep on doing. And when you think about it logically, when you really examine this behavior, that behavior of us itself is inconsistent with reality. If someone insists on fleeing from life's challenges and issues, then that individual is not reliable. Someone that's not reliable is also mentally unstable. So someone that's mentally unstable can easily escalate when they feel too much pressure. So why would you put pressure on such an individual to do something that they are determined not to do? The only thing that you will do is you will generate a lot of stress, and likely they will collapse under that stress. And when they collapse under that stress, they will escalate in violent and dangerous ways on the community. So you're only generating time bombs by confronting such an individual. I don't care how annoyed you are. I don't care how irritated you are at someone's behavior. If the individual is not into becoming better, why waste your effort confronting them? Why even waste your effort being upset with them? Accept what they are. I'm not telling you to endorse and to promote and to approve of what they are. No, they should change. The way they are now is not acceptable. That's correct. But still, that's how they are now. So anytime you're dealing with them, that's what you're dealing with. A pathological fleer. That is what you're dealing with. So as long as they are a pathological fleer, you have to treat them for what they are. And that means treat them with caution. So if they are a pathological fleer, do not treat them like they are an individual willing to become better, because they're not. You don't approve how they are. You don't endorse how they are. You don't validate how they are. But you also have to be realistic that you can't change how they are. That is how they are. Does it mean now that you have to surrender to how they are by just allowing their toxicity to harm you? No. Accepting and approving are two different things. You can accept a fact for what it is and still not approve it. For example, someone can be a child molester. That's a fact. You accept it. That's a fact. That's what they are. But it doesn't mean you approve and say it's okay for them to be that way. And it doesn't mean that you allow them to freely go around and abuse the children. So acceptance has to do with coming to terms with reality. Come to terms with reality concerning how someone is and treat them accordingly. That means that if they're not reliable and if they keep on fleeing from issues and challenges in life, that means that you do not confront them, you do not expect much from them, and that means that you just lower contact when necessary. Because it's also a pathological thing on our side when we keep insisting on someone becoming better, even though they are fighting against becoming better. They should want to become better. It's their natural obligation as a human being to want better for themselves and to want better for other people. But here's the point. They are not healthy people. They are pathological. And this is what you need to understand. If someone is healthy, then you should push them. You should hold them accountable and you should remind them of their responsibilities. They're healthy people. And because they're healthy people, they will comply with what's safe and what's best. But when someone is not healthy, you need to take caution. They're not healthy people. They're pathological. That means they're risky. And someone that's pathological and risky, you don't treat them the same way as someone that's healthy. And it's not that they can't help themselves. It's just that they don't want to face that they are unhealthy. And because they refuse to face it, healing is not possible for them. There's no healing, no recovery, no improvement possible unless they admit that they need to get out of that toxic condition that they're in. And the fact that they don't want to even face that toxic condition shows you that they are not reliable, they are dangerous. Look, you accept what they are now. I'm not saying that they can't change or that they won't change in the future, but for now, when you're dealing with them now, that's what they are, they're pathological. So accept them for what they are now and treat them accordingly. Stop expecting healthy behavior from pathological people. Why would you expect healthy behavior from pathological people? Now, is pathological behavior okay? No. Is pathological behavior something you should endorse and embrace? No. But as long as someone is pathological, that's what you should expect from them, pathological behavior. So stop being so surprised when pathological people do pathological things. That is what they do. That's what they are, pathological. Again, you don't approve it. You don't embrace it. But you have to accept it and act accordingly to what they are in the here and now. Now, that's it for this video. Keep on agreeing with Christ and be at peace.